As you all know, I made a request today for what we were calling a gag order, and I'm not going to walk out of court and do anything other than live up to that.
I think that's something we really want for him, and something that he really deserves, because he deserves to be remembered as the beautiful man that he was and he still is. And
it's time to buckle up, because what's happening behind the scenes with Ellen DeGeneres is way more than the feel-good, laugh-a-minute facade she built on TV. For years, Ellen was the queen of daytime television, the go-to host for celebrities desperate to rehab their image or promote their latest projects. With her signature catchphrase, "Be kind to one another," she managed to carve out a reputation as Hollywood's beacon of positivity. But as we've all learned, when it comes to the entertainment industry, what you see on screen is rarely the full story.
One makeup artist was quoted as saying that when he tried to make small talk with Ellen, she supposedly said, "Who do you think you are?"
The cracks in Ellen's carefully curated image started showing a few years ago. But now things have escalated to a whole new level of chaos. Reports that she's packing up her life in the US and moving to rural England with her wife, Portia de Rossi, have left fans scratching their heads. Why leave everything behind? Why now? If you've been following the whispers, the timing of this move isn't just suspicious, it's downright eyebrow-raising. It's interesting. The move comes amid swirling rumors of Ellen's connections to some of Hollywood's darkest corners involving her late friend and former executive producer, Stephen "Twitch" Boss, and, surprisingly, none other than Sean Diddy Combs.
Hello, Sean Diddy Combs. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, thank you. Do you like being scared?
Let's rewind for a second. Ellen wasn't just a talk show host. She was a power broker. Being on her show wasn't just an interview. It was a career revival machine. A single appearance could put you back on the map, and Ellen had a knack for making her famous guests seem relatable, lovable, and human. But with that kind of influence came an inner circle of regulars, people who were invited back time and time again. One of those people was Diddy. Over the years, Diddy became one of Ellen's most frequent guests, appearing on her show a whopping 27 times. Yes, 27. And the bond they shared wasn't just professional. They were close. Very close.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up to
No,
any
well,
of them.
In fact, their conversations on the show often veered into oddly revealing territory, and looking back, a lot of what they said now feels like a red flag. Take, for instance, a 2009 episode where Ellen asked Diddy about his infamous parties. If you don't know, Diddy's gatherings are the stuff of legend, or infamy, depending on who you ask. These weren't your average Hollywood soirees. They were exclusive, extravagant, and, according to some accounts, downright wild. When Ellen brought up the topic, Diddy joked about inviting her to every single one of his parties, only for her to consistently decline. Her reason? "I work all the time," she said with a laugh. But then came the kicker. Diddy suggested hosting one of his parties at her house. Ellen's reaction, a nervous laugh and a quick subject change. Looking back, it's moments like these that have fans wondering just how much Ellen knew about what went on at Diddy's legendary gatherings.
Why? Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that?
And Diddy, he didn't hold back on the details. He described these events as starting at a relatively early 9:30 p.m. and running until the early hours of the morning. But let's be real. Anyone familiar with the buzz around Diddy's parties knows that what happened after midnight was far from ordinary. Ellen's visible discomfort during these exchanges now has people speculating, was she just playing along for the cameras, or was there something deeper going on behind the scenes? Fast forward a few years, and Ellen's show introduced a new face to her audience, Stephen "Twitch" Boss, Twitch, who initially appeared as a guest DJ, quickly became a fan favorite. His infectious energy, brilliant dance moves, and easygoing personality made him an essential part of the show's dynamic. Over time, he became more than just the guy spinning tracks during commercial break. He was a co-host, a confidant, and eventually, in 2020, a co-executive producer of the show. Fans loved him, and it seemed like Ellen did too. The two shared countless on-screen moments that radiated genuine friendship, or at least that's how it appeared.
Yeah. So I almost selfishly held on to it for myself, and then my gut reaction, I just started reading it over and over and over again. I was reading the title.
But now, there's a darker cloud hanging over their relationship. Twitch's tragic passing in 2022 shocked everyone, and the circumstances surrounding it remain a topic of speculation. Officially, his departure was ruled self-inflicted, but fans and insiders have raised questions about whether there's more to the story. After all, Twitch wasn't just Ellen's DJ. He was also someone who had a front row seat to everything happening behind the scenes at her show. From allegations of toxic workplace behavior to whispers of Ellen's connections to Hollywood's elite, Twitch may have witnessed things that didn't sit right with him.
I've learned the preciousness of life.
And here's where it gets even murkier. Around the same time Twitch joined Ellen's inner circle, rumors about Diddy's notorious parties began to resurface. These weren't the kind of gatherings you'd post about on Instagram. According to whispers from insiders, the events were highly secretive and attended by some of the biggest names in Hollywood. The activities reportedly ranged from the outrageous to the downright questionable. And while Diddy has always maintained his innocence regarding what went on at these gatherings, the rumors have persisted for years. Ellen's alleged ties to these events have now become a point of contention, especially as people dig deeper into Twitch's time on her show. Could Ellen have unknowingly or knowingly introduced Twitch to a world he wasn't prepared for? It's a question that's gaining traction online, especially after Twitch's wife, Allison Holker, revealed some shocking details about her husband's private struggles. In a recent interview, Allison described how she discovered items hidden away in his closet that revealed a side of him she had never seen before. According to her, these items painted a picture of a man grappling with immense inner turmoil, much of which he kept buried to protect those he loved. But that's not all. Allison also found a journal Twitch had kept, filled with entries that hinted at troubling experiences and an overwhelming sense of shame. One entry, in particular, alluded to an incident involving an unnamed male individual who had crossed a line with him. While Allison didn't elaborate further, the revelation has fueled speculation about whether Twitch became entangled in something far beyond his control.
Stephen was an incredible father, an incredible husband, and we shared in something so special.
Adding fuel to the fire is the fact that Ellen reportedly knew Twitch better than almost anyone else. As his boss, mentor, and close friend, it's hard to believe she had no idea about the struggles he was facing. And yet, her public statements following his passing focused on his light, his joy, and his talent, offering little insight into the pressures he may have been under. Now, a leaked voicemail allegedly left by Ellen is making waves online. While the exact contents of the message remain unclear, it's said to hint at Twitch being exposed to things he wasn't supposed to see and feeling overwhelmed by secrets he couldn't share. Could this voicemail hold the key to understanding what really happened in Twitch's final days?
Like, our love was so real, and it was so loud and beautiful.
Fans are divided. Some believe Ellen had no idea about the extent of Twitch's struggles and that she's being unfairly dragged into a narrative that has little to do with her. Others think her involvement in Hollywood's darker side, not to mention her alleged connection to Diddy's parties, might have played a role in the pressures Twitch faced. Either way, the timing of her sudden move to England has done little to squash the rumors. In fact, it's only added fuel to the fire. Why would someone as powerful as Ellen, with access to the best lawyers and PR teams money can buy, choose to leave Hollywood at a time when her name is under such intense scrutiny? Is it simply a coincidence, or is she running from something, or someone? And then there's the note. Initially, reports claimed there was no explanation left behind after Twitch's passing. But as public pressure mounted, authorities suddenly discovered a note. The contents of the note remain largely undisclosed, but the timing of its emergence has left many people skeptical. Why wasn't it mentioned earlier? Was it genuinely overlooked, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? These unanswered questions have left fans and conspiracy theorists alike wondering if the narrative around Twitch's passing is being manipulated to protect certain individuals, or even entire industries.
Yeah, that's trying a criminal case in the modern times. A lot of evidence is on electronic devices, cell phone, tablets, computers, things of that nature. And the devices, especially if you have like external hard drives, 90-something terabytes of data on a single device makes me think it's some type of hard drive. That takes weeks to go through just for one device on its own.
As Ellen settles into her new life in rural England, the whispers and speculation are far from over. Her Be Kind brand has already taken a massive hit, and these latest rumors could destroy what little remains of her public image. The question now is, how much did she really know? And more importantly, how far was she willing to go to keep her secrets safe? The sudden discovery of that note after Twitch's passing raised far more questions than it answered. If the note was there all along, why wasn't it mentioned in the initial reports? And if it wasn't, why was its existence suddenly revealed when public curiosity reached a boiling point? Some people believe it was a genuine oversight, but others suspect there's something far more calculated going on. Could it have been discovered to steer attention away from deeper, more troubling questions? Whatever the case, the inconsistencies surrounding Twitch's final hours have left a cloud of uncertainty that refuses to dissipate.
Let's take a look. I'm not going to talk about anything that I haven't said in court or in the papers. These are all great questions, but I'm just not going to get into it. So,
can you speak about your concerns about the leak and the video? You have spoken about that.
I did it in the court papers, and I'm just going to stick to the court papers. As you guys all know, let me just finish. As you all know, I made a request today for what we were calling a gag order, and I'm not going to walk out of court and do anything other than live.
What's even more unsettling is the location where Twitch chose to spend his last moments. A motel just a short drive from his home. It seemed so random at first glance, but was it random? Or was there a reason he went there, rather than staying in a place he was comfortable with? Some speculate he wanted to distance himself from his family, perhaps to avoid causing them further pain. Others wonder if he went there to meet someone. And then there's the theory that Twitch may have been trying to escape something or someone he felt couldn't be avoided at home. It's impossible to know for sure, but the circumstances have sparked endless speculation online.
And I remember, like, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but, like, I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside.
And here's where things take another unexpected turn. Rumors have surfaced that Twitch may have attended one of Diddy's infamous private gatherings during his time in Hollywood. These events, shrouded in secrecy, have been the subject of whispers for years. From the outside, they seemed like any other celebrity party, glamorous, exclusive, and over the top. But those who've spoken out about them paint a very different picture. According to some accounts, these gatherings were more than just a place to let loose. They were a playground for Hollywood's most powerful figures, where boundaries ceased to exist. Diddy himself has always brushed off the rumors, talking them up to gossip and exaggeration. But the stories have persisted, and the fact that so many high-profile names are tied to them only deepens the intrigue. It's hard to imagine Twitch, a family man with a reputation for positivity, getting involved in such a scene. But Hollywood is a place where appearances can be deceiving, and the pressure to fit in can lead even the most grounded individuals into situations they'd otherwise avoid. Could Twitch have found himself at one of these gatherings? And if so, did he witness something that disturbed him? These questions have been circulating online, fueled by the eerie parallels between his story and the experiences of others who've spoken out about the darker side of Hollywood.
The issue is, it seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want it.
One of the most vocal critics of these gatherings is 50 Cent, who once publicly joked about avoiding Diddy's parties because they made him uncomfortable. "That's why I don't go to them puffy parties," he said during a live appearance, adding that the vibe was far from what he considered normal. His comments were met with laughter at the time, but in hindsight, they've taken on a more serious tone. And he's not the only one. Uncle Luke, another figure in the entertainment world, has also admitted to leaving Diddy's events early, stating he didn't want to know what went on after hours. When multiple people start speaking out, it becomes harder to dismiss these stories as mere speculation.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap industry.
And then there's the connection to Ellen. Her relationship with Diddy has always been a point of curiosity, given how often he appeared on her show and the playful banter they shared. Looking back at their interactions, fans have pointed out moments that now seem loaded with hidden meaning. For example, during one of his appearances, Ellen joked about knowing what went on at Diddy's after-parties. At the time, it came across as harmless teasing, but in light of recent events, some are questioning whether Ellen's comments were based on more than just hearsay. Did she know something she wasn't saying? And if so, how deep does her involvement go? Ellen's public persona has always been one of kindness and positivity, but as we've seen, that image has taken a massive hit in recent years. The allegations of workplace toxicity on her show were just the beginning. Now, with her sudden move to England and the rumors connecting her to Hollywood's elite party scene, people are starting to wonder if there's a side to Ellen that's been carefully hidden from view. Is it possible that she, like so many others in the industry, has been keeping secrets to protect her career and reputation? And if so, what were those secrets? And who else knew about them?
Replete with very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras throughout his homes.
This brings us back to Twitch. His wife, Allison, has been incredibly open about the shock and heartbreak she felt in the wake of his passing. In a recent interview, she revealed how blindsided she was by the discoveries she made afterward. "I had no idea he was going through so much," she said, describing the hidden items in journal entries she found while sorting through his belongings. According to her, the journal hinted at struggles Twitch had been facing for years, though the details remain vague. One entry, in particular, has drawn attention for its reference to an incident involving another man, a situation that left Twitch feeling deeply shaken. While Allison didn't elaborate, the revelation has fueled speculation about whether Twitch became entangled in something far beyond his control.
We all saw it posted yesterday all over our social media pages. Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy.
Yikes.
She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long cycle of abuse.
Adding to the mystery is the leaked voicemail that's been making the rounds online. Allegedly left by Ellen, the message hints at Twitch being exposed to things he wasn't supposed to see and feeling overwhelmed by secrets he couldn't share. While the authenticity of the voicemail hasn't been confirmed, it sparked a wave of theories about what Twitch might have known. Did he stumble upon something during his time on Ellen's show? Or is he drawn into a world he wasn't prepared for, only to find himself in over his head? The possibilities are as unsettling as they are endless.
That he controlled every aspect of her life. He is accused of frequently beating her and would hide her in hotel rooms for days until the bruising and signs of abuse were gone.
What's particularly haunting is the idea that Twitch may have been carrying these burdens alone. Despite his close relationship with Ellen and the support of his family, it seems there was a side of him he kept hidden from everyone. Why? Was it out of fear, shame, or Or was he protecting someone else? These are the questions that continue to haunt those who knew him and those who followed his story from the outside. And yet, for all the speculation, there's still so much we don't know. The entertainment industry is notorious for its ability to keep secrets, and Hollywood's most powerful figures have a long history of protecting their own. Whether it's through legal teams, publicists, or well-placed distractions, the truth often gets buried under layers of spin and misdirection. But every now and then, cracks appear in the facade and glimpses of what lies beneath come to light. Is that what's happening here? Are we seeing the beginnings of a larger unraveling? Or is this just another case of rumors spiraling out of control? As for Ellen, her move to England has done little to quiet the rumors. If anything, it's added fuel to the fire. Why leave now, at a time when her name is under such intense scrutiny? Some believe she's simply looking for a fresh start, a chance to escape the negativity that surrounded her in recent years, but others see it as a calculated move, a way to distance herself from the whispers and speculation before they escalate into something more damaging. Whatever the case, her departure has left a vacuum in Hollywood, one that's being filled with questions she may never fully answer. And Diddy? His legal troubles have only added to the intrigue. From the civil suits to the high-profile raids on his properties, he's found himself at the center of a storm unlike anything he's faced before. While he's vehemently denied the allegations against him, the sheer volume of accusations has made it impossible to ignore. For years, he cultivated an image as one of the industry's most successful and charismatic figures. But now, that image is being called into question, and the fallout could be catastrophic, not just for him, but for anyone connected to him.
Importantly, and most notably, when he walked inside the courtroom, the first thing that he looked at was his family. As soon as he saw his family, he just lit up. Another thing to note, too, is he wasn't shackled, but he was wearing a khaki prison-like jumpsuit when he appeared inside court, and his family appeared on their end very just happy to...
The intersections between these stories, Ellen, Diddy, Twitch, form a web of intrigue that's as fascinating as it is unsettling. At the heart of it all lies a question that may never have a clear answer. How much did each of them know, and how far were they willing to go to keep certain things hidden? For now, all we can do is speculate, analyze, and wait for more details to emerge. But one thing is certain, this story is far from over. As more pieces of the puzzle come to light, the truth, whatever it may be, will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on everyone involved. As Ellen settles into her new life, far from the Hollywood spotlight, the questions surrounding her, Diddy and Twitch continue to swirl. Was Ellen's move to England truly a fresh start, or is she running from something more sinister? And what about Diddy's infamous parties? Were they really as wild as rumors suggest, and did Twitch get caught up in something he couldn't handle? The speculation is endless, and the truth remains elusive. What do you think? Is Ellen hiding something? And if so, what could it be? And how deep do Diddy's secrets go? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and keep the conversation going.